And this time when they go, an elder shaman of the Shadow Moon named Nelgrim, he pleads for them. He says, we have to go and reclaim the Throne of Elements. We have to stop the Ogres, because if we don't, they're literally going to destroy the entire planet. As they rushed back to the Throne of Elements, Ogre leader Moloch, he is flabbergasted. He sends all of the Ogres across all of Draenor to hit every single Orc encampment they can find and kill everybody.
Genocide.
But the Orcs would quickly begin to dismantle all these little networks that were keeping the Empire together. So they would hit the trading posts, and they would hit the small garrisons that kept all of the interlinking chains together. And that's how the Orcs really began to outmaneuver the Gorians in this time frame. In 2 years of this kind of almost hit and run tactic, the entire Ogre Empire collapses. It is quite literally down to like 3 cities, and the Orcs are knocking on the doorstep of Goria. They would leave the city surrounded because they had already cut off all of its supply lines, and they would just say, all right, we're going to starve them out. The Ogres would look for a way to break this siege, and they would actually decipher one of the Apexis crystals and discover a plague that affect the Arakoa, the Curse of Sethic.
Yeah.
And they would modify this to affect the Orcs, basically. And this is what creates the Red Pox.
And what is Red Pox?
It's really just a bioweapon. It is literally a disease that spreads from Orc to Orc, super contagious, lasts forever, and kills basically everyone.
Wow.
Forces are getting really thin, and soon we're not going to be able to keep them surrounded in the city. So Nelgrim goes to everybody, and he says, all right, we need to do something drastic. We don't have a choice anymore. They call upon the elements. And they say, I want you to destroy Goria. And this is like the first time the elements are used to cause real damage. Nelgrim and his shaman would begin to unleash the wrath of the elements. And be hours that the ground would just rattle and rip and tear and shatter until every wall collapsed. Every building was fallen in. And dark clouds would go over the sky, just raining down lightning bolts nonstop as it set everything on fire. Their entire harbor would go up in flames. Moloch and his entire city would just be completely swallowed whole by the earth. The final living Naru, Kuru, would tell Velen, like, you can't stay in the mountain. So they leave. And they go and they find, wow, this plot of land looks perfect. It's got a connection to the sea. Why has nobody ever settled here? This would be where they would set up their capital city of Shatrath, and it would stand directly on top of the ruins of Goria.